Our 2008 Hummer H3 Alpha with the Adventure Package has been a great vehicle for our family. It has been our overlanding rig in the Sunshine State of Florida, the Smoky Mountains of Tennessee, Overlanding Expo in Virginia, Kentucky near Mammoth Cave, many stops in Kansas, the incredible Gulf Coast of Texas, many nights in New Mexico, some incredible trails and campsites in Arizona, the dense forest of Missouri, all over Utah, father and daughter camping in Wyoming, and of course our home state, Colorado. It came with an LH8 5.3-liter V8 engine with 300 horsepower and 320 foot-pounds torque. The horsepower peaks at 5,200 RPM, and the torque peaks at 4,000 RPM. With horsepower and torque peaking at such high RPMs, we never really get to realize the full power of this engine. The 5.3 has the reputation of being very durable. This is a great trait for an overlanding rig's engine. Our Alpha sports a very limiting 4-speed transmission, but with the 4:10 axle ratio, it helps it excel off-road. In 4-low, in first gear, this thing crawls like a champ.
So we're taking everything off of and out of our Hummer H3 because tomorrow it goes in the shop for some really substantial modifications and upgrades to it, which we are really excited about. We're doing some things that are going to make it a much more functional vehicle, a better driving vehicle, and a better vehicle for towing our turtleback trailer. So we got to kind of strip it down, get the tent off, get everything outside, get the fridge out, get everything out of it that we can possibly, and get it bare bones. So then we're going to be stuck because it's going to be in the shop for a couple weeks, 3, probably more like 4, maybe even a little bit more, closer to 5 weeks. We'll just kind of see how it goes. But man, we're really excited. This is something that's been in the works for a couple years now, and we're finally getting able to pull the trigger with product availability and scheduling with the shop that's doing the work for us. And we interviewed a bunch of shops looking for the right shop to do the work that we want to get done, because man, when you start messing with the engine on a vehicle, you don't want the wrong guys doing it. You really want it done by people that specialize in what they're doing, specialize in engines, and that's exactly where we've ended up. So right now, it gives us a little bit of time. We're going to do a couple mods. I hope we can get them done to our iKamper tent. This has been a great tent. We really like the tent. The build quality is phenomenal. The setup and tear down is so easy. We maximize out the space in here. Like, we pack it full of our bedding. You can see all this bedding stuff in here, plus the winter liner, plus there's a 1-inch mattress topper on top of all this. So we max out the space. So we got to figure out just exactly what fits, and then it'll close nice and easy. That took a little bit of time for us to figure out. But it doesn't come with any lights. It's you guys also know that we have the Bush Company Alpha tent, the AX27, I think they're calling it now, but it's the Alpha 27. Wonderful tent. It came with lights built in. This one did not come with lights built in. Just two different approaches. This one is much larger. The Bush Company is a much smaller tent. So we have some lights up in here that we put temporarily, but we're going to put in like full-time lights in here, get them hardwired in. Also the overhang, where the tent overhangs the side of the Hummer, we're going to put lights down on the bottom of that too, so we have some ground-facing lights and really make it nice. The problem is when those lights are up here fixed mounted, when we throw in the winter liner, yeah, they're going to just glow a little bit behind it. They're not going to really do us much good. So that's the one downside to putting in a winter liner. I do want to say what we're going to do. The Bush Company winter liner, it's the only thing negative I can say about iKamper. It's not a great winter liner. It's really thin. I mean, it's really thin. It's just 2 sheets. There's nothing in between these 2 little quilted sheets. where our Tough Stuff tent that we used for many, many years, we bought a 23-0 winter liner for it, which just fit. It was a little bit off on the sizing, but it fit fine. And it was a quilted, two-sided quilted with insulation on the inside of those two quilts. And man, we used that thing in single-digit temps and were toasty warm. This one we used at, I guess it was upper 20s, maybe low 30s. And we about froze. Not loving that. So, I'm tracking down, I'm talking to a few companies to see who will make a custom-made liner for us. It's going to be warmer than this one and fit a little bit better, because honestly, the way that one's designed, and all winter liners are this way, that you lose headroom, you lose side room. But man, on this one, on this back wall where this map is, we're losing like 10 inches of interior space on our tent. And I think I've got some ways that we can remedy that. Get about 3 more inches to each side, probably get another 7 inches across the back here, get another couple inches across the front, the top, and then down to the front, just with making the liner a little bit bigger, giving it a couple more locations to hook onto. So we'll figure it out. We're going to find a local company, or there's a company in Utah as well that could make this for us, but we'll see, whoever makes it. But right now, let's get this thing cleared out. Let's get all the bedding out. Let's get the electric blanket out. Let's get the winter liner out. Let's get the sheets out. And then let's get the tool out, that pretty cool tool that comes from iKamper that you use to disconnect the brackets that hold it to your load bars. So let's get rolling. There you go. Watch yourself going down the ladder.
The curb weight of our H3 is just over 4,800 pounds, with a GVWR of 6,001 pounds. And when in full overlanding mode, we use every bit of that 6,000 pound capability. The fuel capacity is 23 gallons, and on the highway it gets a very respectable 17 miles to the gallon. That is, unless we're driving into headwind and spend all day in third gear. Our iKamper Skycamp 3.0 rooftop tent is phenomenal. The build quality is second to none. It has a large king-size dual mattress with a little bit of additional storage on both sides. It is surprisingly lightweight for such a large tent. The setup and pack-up is a breeze. The windows are large and well thought out, and offer many opened, semi-closed, and fully closed configurations. The skylight is a great feature also, and unlike the 2.0, the 3.0 allows for the skylight to be used with the rainfly attached. The hard outer shell of the tent comes in gloss black or rocky black. We chose to wait a few months for the rocky black to become available. It is a similar finish to a rugged bed liner, perfect for an off-road vehicle. We have learned how to maximize the storage in this tent while increasing its comfort. We quickly ditched the stock mattresses and purchased the iKamper Air mattresses, and then added a 1-inch organic memory foam topper. This combination sleeps very well, and with the Air mattresses deflated, it creates additional storage room for pillows and bedding when the tent is closed. The telescoping ladder is nice also, comfortable enough to climb on barefoot with no issues. In contrast, the telescoping ladder that came with our Bush Company tent is not comfortable to use without shoes. These are the little things that add up over time. We spent a few years looking at all kinds of rooftop tents before choosing on the 2 tents that we have. Comfort and space were very high up on the list. Ease of deployment and pack-up were equally important. We have spent years camping out of ground tents and other rooftop tents that required stakes, paracords, and they were time-consuming. Don't get me wrong, those were great tents for us, and we will always cherish the memories we had in them. Currently, our Hummer trailer combo is designed to allow us to quickly set up camp and also quickly be ready to move down the trail. There were times in our past that we could spend half a day packing up if we set up everything for an extended stay in one location. I grew up camping with my family in our RV. We would go away in the summer and sometimes in the winter as well. Those were always the best 2, 3, or 4 weeks of the year. We went to the mountains and to the beach and everywhere in between. We would visit new places, meet up with family, get away from all of the distractions in life. It was just the 5 of us, and it was awesome. That family tradition stayed in my veins, and thankfully Natalie and Bailey loved the overlanding lifestyle as well. Rooftop tents can be difficult to attach and detach from a vehicle, especially if you do it as often as we do. We like to park our Hummer in the garage, so therefore the tent has to come off for it to fit. We came up with this simple method years ago, and it has worked every single time with ease. We have seen people build some elaborate hoists to hold their tent up, but we wanted something that was fast and stores easily.
So we have been taking tents on and off of this H3 for years with 2x4s. Hopefully one of these days this will be our last time and it'll stay permanently mounted there, but here we go again.
Natalie is prone to back problems, but with the leverage offered by 2 12-foot 2x4s, she can easily handle the weight of this tent. All of the times that we have done this, we have never put a scratch on a tent or on our Hummer. It has been a while since we've given our H3 a good vacuuming. I'm sure if you trace back the miles that this dust, sand, and dirt have traveled, it would tell a great story.
Okay, so today is the day. We are dropping off our Hummer H3 to get some things done under the hood. We need some more reliability. We need some more power because we're pulling a trailer now, and you know this thing, it gets heavy when we load it with all our gear. And what else do we need? More power. Let's see, we need more power, some reliability, and some more power. We are at J&S Performance just outside of Denver in Arvada, Colorado. Let's go inside and see what they have on store for us. Okay, cool. All right, so we got a box. We got several boxes of goodies that are going to go on the Hummer. And, well, this one says it's from Magnuson. Don't have any clue what that could be, but they say it's going to give us some more power. And then we got a whole bunch of other stuff here. I don't know exactly what it is, but it's all going on the engine to make it run better, give us some more reliability. All right, so this is JR with J&S, and he's the guy that helped put together this whole plan. This is going back months ago.
Yes.
So I don't remember it all. You're the expert, so tell us what we're going to do here.
So we have a TVS 1900 Magnuson supercharger for it. They don't truly make one for an V8 H3, so we had to do like a Colorado kit, which is very similar to the H3 platform.
Nice.
And then we were going to do a DOD delete, or AFM they call it, active fuel management, and then replace the camshaft with a more supercharger-friendly type camshaft.
New cam, awesome.
And lifters, head bolts, all the associated gaskets, and hardware's all in there.
Sweet. So, and then I know your backlog is a bit, so we're looking at 3, 4, maybe 5 weeks or something, right?
Probably more like 4, yeah.
Like 4 weeks?
At the moment, yeah.
Okay. All right, and then we also were upgrading our radiator. I'm going to bring that to you guys this week.
Yeah.
And you guys are going to see that too. It's super slick radiator. We got it from our friends at Dome Life. Well, they're the ones that turned us on to that radiator for the H3. So I think it's going to be really slick.
Okay.
We have been having a little bit of temperature issues with it creeping up, pulling a trailer and whatnot when it's hotter, but I think we're going to remedy all of that with everything.
The electric fan should make a big difference with that.
Nice. Sweet. All right, then I'll see you later this week.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Absolutely.
Thanks, JR.
Yep.
All right, man, I am really excited. This is something we have been looking at doing for a really long time, getting more power into our H3. We're loaded down with gear, and we're pulling a trailer that has 46 gallons of water in it and all of that stuff. It just adds up. It's a lot of weight, and it's tough going over mountain passes. It's tough when you're in headwind. Like, we came back from Missouri through Kansas in headwind the whole way, and we were in third gear almost the entire way. And Hummer H3s aren't the most fuel efficient vehicles on the road, if you haven't heard. And then you add in the fact that we were in third gear most of the time. Man, we were just, it's like somebody ice picked the gas tank. It was running out so fast. So this is going to be a big help for us, but this is just a start. There are more things in the work for that H3 to bring it up to today's standard of overland vehicle, traveling vehicle, and so forth. So step one, we're excited. We're going to keep you guys updated on the progress here. We're going to show you the entire progress of the build, but that'll be next time. Thanks a lot, guys. Thanks for following us on this journey back home, back to the upgraded H3. Until next time.